better if we do go the full distance, but Davenport, they always pick Overpass, it seems. And Koi says it's because, well, they do okay on it. Their close games are just looking for a win. They've lost 5 straight. Kari have lost 3 straight. This is going to be a weird Overpass, but despite how weird it seems, I'm going to give Davenport the slight edge here as we jump into the map. And, well, just looking overall, coming into Mirage, I think it's going to be more which team brings the heavy firepower. Kari has lost 6 of their last 7 on Mirage map 2. 3 and 7 out of 10. 2 games played, 50-50 for Davenport. And it's going to be a T-side start for Davenport here on Overpass. P250 for Pugg. Smoked up 3 flashbangs and a Molotov to work with, so a good amount of utility as they're all in towards connector. There's a boost over towards the half wall too, and 2 in connector. It's a very heavy B-side stack with Cryptic being the early warning bell towards top of bathrooms. But in comes Classy for that first headshot. Only one SwicheR with a nice return frag. Freshie will not find anything at all besides the trip down the river Styx. And I don't even know if he had to pay for that himself or not. Did he have any coins on him when he died? That's the question there, because it's going to be an open A site.
Yeah, and they're just going to try to barrel into this. The rotate's already coming through. Great Molotov place, so now Florence has to stay on back. Now they're going to even try to contest this. Look at this. Both Pugg and his teammate going to go for the fight. Oh, but they're actually losing this. And now the advantage comes into favor here for Kari, or Kari Esports. And now Pugg has to come alive. Needs to pop off. The bomb is down. And so is he. And there it is. It's going to be the CT round coming through. And a pretty chaotic round indeed.
Very chaotic round, a very tumultuous round, and a 1-1 by Kari without letting the bomb going down. That's great for them to start things off. It doesn't let Davenport go over the force. Pugg's going to pick up a deagle, so we'll SwicheR. They're just going to look to land a couple headshots, hurt that economy on the CT side. That's the best thing they can really do right now. Do a little good old eco damage, and Kari has 3 FAMASes. Or whatever the heck the plural of FAMAS is. I have not gotten a true answer as to what that is. Is it FAMAS, FAMI?
Oh, no.
Should I go into Latin conjugations? Like, what is the plural of FAMAS? I need closure on this.
I don't think I'm the best person. Me. I'm not the best person for this one. Even Jacob is just kind of going, well, I have no idea. So, well, you stumped both of us, so that's okay. And even now, I mean, okay, so Davenport goes back for this setup again, right? This is what they normally do in their pistol round. We saw that before. They're going to do almost the exact same thing. Go for that connector control, creep on through into mid. Florence is going to get a little bit overwhelmed with some bodies, but as a FAMAS, now here's it. Should be able to mop up some good kills, and that's actually double there. And there you go. All of a sudden, that's all she wrote. SwicheR on a 1-on-4. Unless we see something insane with this Deeg. Or FAMAS. We will not.
Unfortunate. But expected, right? I mean, this is not really
there was nothing invested.
Yeah, 2 Deegs, that's it. So this is where Davenport can try and take some control in the early going. They're going to have the AKs up. They're going to have some utility as well. Not the best utility in terms of an overall buy, about just over half of what you would normally get. So they could be better, but Kari, they still have the FAMASes in hand. And they have 3 kits, so their money's not terrible, their buy's not terrible either. It's a bit of an awkward spot, all things considered. It's not a full firepower buy for them, but they have a lot more utility than Davenport, so I think that's going to help them in the long run. Davenport putting a lot of pressure very pensively towards A. Spek's just spamming away towards monster tunnels, keeping people from pushing too far over to B side, but nice and Classy are going to clear out sewers. They will not see anybody, but they're going to smell a rat because they're going to see nobody's here. It's probably going to be A guys, so get ready for this take. And Cryptic's already clearing up front path too. The flash comes in. Cryptic goes out, and he goes 1 for 1. Needed a second. That's a good kill from CoJo. Down goes Florence, and that opens the round up in favor of Davenport. Corn, that's a necessary one, and that all but secures it. Unless Classy and Freshie can do this, pull this 2v4 off. And if there's 2 players you want for Kari, it is Classy and Freshie in this situation.
Yeah, these are some big heavy hitters, but no, it's going to be CoJo able to take down Freshie as well. So now Classy by himself on a 1-on-4. Does have a kit, 31 HP, but again, like just going to scavenge, look for a gun possibly. This is probably going to be conceding this round unless, you know, Davenport just, for whatever reason, their positioning's a little bit off and they give up some bodies they're not supposed to, but there it is. We will finally see the university score themselves a first round. Pretty decent fashion too, right? I mean, they only lost one player. Corn only got taken down to 57, so they had some pretty good control and found those firefights in their favor. So a job well done for them, and a good reaction considering how much real estate Classy and his teammate was able to find before.
Yeah, it all comes down to the initial trade too. Pugg trading out SwicheR on that connector bathrooms push. And then everything else just scaled. The one tap from CoJo and the spray from Corn and Khan basically wins the round there. Classy, if he's allowed to survive, will bring a FAMAS into the next round. It is a very nice looking FAMAS, but lipstick on a pig is still a pig, and a FAMAS is still a FAMAS.
It's funny. We always talk about the FAMAS and everything, and it's so funny because we sometimes see some players just pop off with it, and then some you're like, yeah, that's FAMAS or the FAMAS. That's exactly what you're expecting out of it, and yeah, like you said, that's probably a good explanation of it.
Yeah, the FAMAS is only good if you hit like 3 headshots.
Well, it's just funny how like a Galil is just so much better than it is a FAMAS, right? I mean, it's
the
I
fire
take a Galil over at any time of the day.
The ammo, the armor pen. It's just a slightly less accurate M4.
There you go.
With a rougher spray pattern. That's really what the Galil is.
Well, I mean, we talk about rough. I mean, we got to talk about this money situation. Oh my goodness! All right, well, Florence is gone. Cryptic now are trying to do a little bit more, seeing what he can do, but it's only going to be 1 kill. A little bit over peaking this one, and now the 2v1 for Freshie able to get this gun, so bringing it back to a 3-3 all of a sudden. Well, I'm still in contention here for Davenport, but now he's just going to push up through and now able to win that fight too?
It's the crouch that gives him away. And spek, he gets caught. That puts his team at a disadvantage, but the rotations have gone the other direction. The thing is, though, it's Overpass, so the rotation from A to B is very, very quick. And Nice tucking into the corner is going to be in a very good spot to shut down the push if they don't clear him. If Davenport overlooked the angle, that's the round. Pugg. He's going first. He clears it, and he hits the headshot. The rotation's going to flood down from Kari, though. There are 2 Molotovs, 2 HEs. There are no smokes for Davenport. That poses a problem. One molly goes through towards short. The other one went to green door, and the shot's coming in for the M4 Classy. It cannot connect it. Molotov onto the side, but the bomb's going to go down here. Pugg's going to back out just a little bit singed, and now domed by Classy. SwicheR, the Estonian import, in a 1v2. He's got damage on the first, but Freshie's closing the gap. He has to be aware of his angles, and it's going to come down to timing here for SwicheR. Spots out both, but he cannot hit the shot. Classy with a dome. And it's going to be Kari Esports winning the force buy return, winning that full investment. And Davenport, despite the bomb going down, are going to be a little pressed for cash coming to this next round, although they're going to buy here. Will they buy the op is the question.
Yeah, we definitely got to see that op being purchased. I mean, that, again, is kind of a secret weapon here. The weapon of mass destruction here, and there it is. CoJo going to lock that thing in. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But we'll have to see what he can do. And I know I've been seeing his tweets, and he's been kind of commenting. He feels like he's in a little bit of an up and down position right now for himself. He's not performing that he feels he should, but I think we've definitely been able to see some pretty decent highlights on the streams here as of recently from him. I guess today will be the big day to prove that.
Lots of nade damage being taken early on by Davenport. Almost a full player worth of nade damage taken by SwicheR and CoJo. They're already down to very limited utility as well. Spek and Corn to only 2 flashbangs, 1 apiece, and SwicheR with no utility on his belt. Pugg down to 3 pieces as he tosses his 1 flash away. A default out from Davenport, a rather passive default yet again. And at some point I feel like Kari are going to get very tuned into this and start taking some of this map control. Although that's technically what Davenport are waiting for, Kari could use a little bit more of an advantageous position, clearing up more aggressively through bathrooms. Maybe even a long play would be a very good idea from them once they clue into the fact that this is a very passive default from the Davenport University squad. They're going to rotate down out of sewers and back up to A, and it almost looks like they don't know where they want to go in the end.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation. Corn waiting. They might try to go for the paw flash. They know that Lawrence likes to play in this angle, but they don't clear it. Oh, they just don't clear it at all. But they're able to get the 1-on-1 trade, so that's fine. An advantage still gained here for Davenport. Now Pugg going to try to barrel himself into this. He's able to find Clasia. Peeks a little bit too early. Now the bomb will get planted. Two players that are just going to have to retreat this. They just realize the money is way too tight. They don't have enough to go for the retake, and they're just going to have to save this one.
It's a good save call. They don't have any leftover cash. I mean, 1,400, 1,200. First round loss bonus, it's 2,800 for Nice. 2,600 for Freshie. It's not going to be good economically speaking for Kari. And they're going to have to reinvest into this next round again, too. That's the other problem here, Laz. They're going to have to buy up around these guns and try and keep Davenport off a tie ball game. And at that point, too, if Davenport do get this 3-3 and Kari aren't able to save, it's going to be Davenport trying to gain a lead up against pistols.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Well, and like we said, I mean, right now, I mean, for Davenport University, they're sitting at this map with a 2-10 record with a 5-game loss streak. So and like I said, I mean, even with having those 5 losses in a row, like I said in the pre-show, I mean, all these games have been very, very close. I'm talking 19-17, 16-14s, you name it. So the fact that we're kind of seeing them still picking this, like you said, Koi thinks that they can figure it out. They've been just a little unlucky. But we're going to have to see. I mean, they're going to have to do a lot of learning from what they've experienced so far in the season.
Yeah, I was talking to Koi earlier, and I asked him for some words about this matchup, and this is what he told me. So we'll take his words of wisdom going into this, and we'll take the MP9 on Cryptic, but look at the lack of utility here for Kari. They're going to have to win this with the gunfights, and Freshie does just that against Pugg. A good opener. CoJoMo might swing this with the op, though, and he spots the arm. Freshie has been removed. Davenport tying things up at a 4-on-4, looking to tie this up on the scoreboard as well. Their own map pick. Map 2 is Mirage, picked by Kari. Dust 2 the decider if we get that far. Who's in con? It's Cryptic. What's Cryptic doing? Oh, he's tucked in the corner. He's going to have a boost coming in from Nice and Florence as well. I like this connector control from Kari. The nice thing is, though, for Davenport, they're taking advantage of that Florence, or the Freshie pick, out towards long, and clearing that angle with SwicheR, getting a lot more map control than they have in previous rounds.
Well, and this is a good read, too. Like I kind of talked about this before, is that Davenport University, they love that connector control. So for the fact that Kari Esports are reading this like a book, they're like, okay, let's just isolate this and make them uncomfortable. Just like that? Yeah, that'll do. That's an easy kill. That's an easy pickup, too. And this is still 4 players remaining here for Kari. So now Corn's going to rush into this B site with the bomb. His teammates are so far away from it, but Spek, look at all the ground that he's been able to obtain. Well, the bomb's not going to get planted, and that's going to be a great kill coming in from Florence. He denies the plant.
That's the round.
Now Spek, 10 seconds. He's got no time. There's no time at all.
He's got no hope. He doesn't even have the first kill.
Oh, no spray.
That's the thing. You can't plant in the open with the Molotovs too shallow. It didn't go deep enough. It didn't stop the push. And Davenport pay for that getting a little too comfortable and lose a big round that could have swung this early portion of the match into their favor. That's a round they can't afford to lose. Now look at their buy. What is this? 7, 8-point pieces of utility.
Yikes.
It's not good. They also give a free op over to Kari, which is even better for the CT side to help their fledgling economy, which has been pretty ramshackle throughout the beginning of this game. And the nade doesn't do anything. Freshie, I don't know if he got the spot. I believe the DU player got in behind that smoke before Freshie went for the jump peek, but the boost over the half wall.
He didn't make any noise either, though. Oh, they're just going to let Spek just... They're going to make him entry this?
It does entry a lot for him.
He does. There's one. Can he find the second? He will be able to. Look at that. On a gold platter, he's able to find the 2. Looking for a little bit more. Classy is still in the sight, though. He can deny everything here. But he has to come up big.
He's got help.
He hasn't seen a ton of action.
Florence is there. And Florence is gone. Glacia, he's stuck in pit. And he does finally. He gets 2 on the spray. Gets more damage, but SwicheR puts him down. Cryptic, he's got a lineup. And he only gets 1. Davenport strike it right back. And the war of attrition has truly begun here, Laz. And a timeout is called. DU, Davenport University, calling this timeout. And I think it's a good timeout. because they're winning rounds, but they're making little mistakes here and there that if they were playing, say, an EG or an MIBR or a Team 1, they would be punished for.
It's such a good point, too. And I mean, this is, again, when we talk about for Davenport, I mean, this is a T side that they're not the most effective on. I mean, about a 41.5 win percentage on their T side. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't pick up that op. I mean, you could see both the players were kind of staring at it. I guess the communication, they maybe just want to preserve it for now. They know that Kari Esports is going to be on the lighter end of the bank account. They don't want to, you know, potentially give it up in this kind of a round, but I'm not sure. But things are getting a lot closer now, and an opportunity to bring it back to a tie game. A Mac 10 here for CoJo, so he's actually going to try to equip the money situation, get that, that money flowing.
Yeah, it's good for the Opera to go try and farm a bank.
Yeah, not bad at all. I definitely agree with you.
It's the right round to do it. Nobody has armor. There's a scout for Cryptic, a Deagle, a P250. That's it for investments. Nice. We'll get a free kill onto Spek, who doesn't clear the right side angle, which it's only a Galil dropped over, and it's traded out nicely by Pugg. But another little mistake by Davenport, which does go punished. They do recover in the end. It should be around victory. Korn's got to be careful not to get one dig by Classy. He was very competent with the hand cannon. Korn's position revealed, and there's two players on the other side. Korn should just back away, but look at the flank. The flank is there, and Florence secures the kill instead of going for the knife frag. Respect to Florence there for actually making sure he gets the kill, because this is now a winnable round for Kari Esports. They have an option back into the site. They have three players coming in from the same direction. The nade does a lot of damage, though. Classy is going to pick that up, and Florence will sit on his P250. The time is dwindling. It's now how much damage and how many guns can Kari get away with, and nothing so far. Freshie, he could do some damage, though. Pugg's especially wounded, and Pugg's the one to take him down. That's a very aggressive peek from Pugg.
Yeah, I like the double player just pushing underneath the heaven right there, trying to, you know, get some control back into this, but such a costly round here for Davenport University. A great round for Kari Esports. Like you said, I mean, they were in a full save. They had nothing to lose that round. I mean, the only thing they were going to lose was picking up those AKs from their foes, and I mean, that's not even a big deal because they can now just go for a save here. They can use this AK from Klassia. It's all good, but Davenport need to be careful. They're just giving up bodies when they shouldn't. Like you said, I think that was that Scorn that peeked out long and just got killed without even clearing it?
Spek.
Oh, Spek. And that's not normal for Spek.
No.
That's the thing.
Look at the buy here from Kari, too. It's vests, the AK armor for Klassia that he saved from the last round, the Deagles, and the P250 for Florence again. Lots of con control for Davenport once more.
Yeah, they love this.
They can get the
this is bread and butter, man.
Classy has read it, but he can't take out Korn, who roasts two on the cob. Both Klassia and Florence gobbled up, and Cryptic's going to try and do a little bit more here with a Deagle in hand. But I think Korn's waiting for this one. And yes, indeed, Korn will bite down for one more. Nice is coming through Monster Tunnel. There's nobody actually watching for him. Freshie, though, is looked for. Spek is here. And Freshie removed. Nice, the last. Just wondering what to do here. Really, what can you do if you're nice?
What do I do in this situation? But, you know, I mean, there we go. Okay, I was just going to say, but I think for Kari Esports, a couple players we didn't get to really talk too much about, but I mean, Cryptic's one of those players, when you talk about like stats, I mean, highest KPR, highest impact, a lot of ADR on this team. And then I think even like a close second again, you know, Klassia, like we talked about. And like you said too, I mean, Freshie definitely has 1.11 KDR. So that's actually pretty decent. And, you know, having a rating of 1.11 as well. So some pretty good numbers coming in. We're just going to need to see that come into full effect. We haven't really seen it yet early in these 10 rounds.
Lawrence has that up. Maybe it'll work. Lawrence has had some good impact so far today. Oh, Cryptic's been spotted. Korn sees him.
Spotted that.
Can't quite put him on the grill, but he does back out of it alive. And no harm, no foul just yet for Kari. Although CoJo could be the one to go down. No, it's SwicheR who gets mowed down by freshie. Swings out wide, CoJo does, but Florence gets the frag. And now focuses up towards connector where they know there's been a couple of players in the area. Davenport just dry peeking angles, getting punished.
Freshie able to find that kill too, so now Florence has to get out of this position. He realizes his teammate's just getting a little overwhelmed, so now he can reposition. 2 players only remaining here for Davenport, so that's fine. And a little bit of utility left. No more smokes, but they got the molly. Oh my gosh, I almost thought he got that shot through the corner of the wall, but a little bit filthy. Now playing a different angle on the opposite side of Dice and still waiting things out. Spots the head. Now again going to retreat. He's just not even going to contest this. He's going to wait for his teammates. And Cryptic gets the bomb. Now look at that position. This could be a done deal right now for Spek. This is a difficult one to go for.
Do some damage here if you're Spek. Doesn't even get the kill onto the op, though. That's a good round for the economy and a good stabilizing one for Kari, as Davenport were about to give themselves a very solid T-half with 6 rounds on the board before things even really get into the later portions of the half. They still have money. Kari, they do have not as much as you would have expected, considering how much utility that they reinvested. And now maybe perhaps they're still in the danger zone here, Laz. They're still in a very rough position. And if Davenport can win this round, they can put Kari back in the economic doldrums, which they've not really been able to escape from all half so far. Nade does damage onto SwicheR, a little bit onto Pugg as well. Florence is just going to back away, but it's freshie to get the opening pick from Con into sewers. And now Cryptic's back
blind.
up, looking for SwicheR. He mows down one. Freshie with the trade onto Pugg. And will double down as well. Corn swings out wide. Crouch spray like a DMG. But CoJo's fallen in the meantime. And it's going to be a 1v4 possibility for Corn. Which, yes, Corn does have the bomb. But that's all Corn has going for him.
I can't believe you put your rank in this. That was good. Good times, Boggs. But now for Corn.
I'm salty about that.
Hey, that's okay, man.
Don't rub salt in the wound, man.
That
was eagle until like 3 hours ago.
Oh, that's okay. But you know, a tough position for Corn. I mean, he's still got just under a minute. He's got double flash with a molly. Again, if he can find a kill, if he can find a bit of an opening, this could be good for him. But the op is just kind of floating here on towards map. Good smoke placement. Makes it a lot harder. And now he's been spotted. And now he's dead. So Kari Esports going to keep that lead going by 1. And they got that op still in the available pocket here for Florence. So not a big amount of effect happening against them despite losing that many players.
It should be a 7th for them too, considering the fact it's going to be a half buy from Davenport. They're not going to be able to invest too much here. It's going to be a couple pistols, Galil for SwicheR, a hero rifle there, and he still has money for the next round. CoJo want nothing but a Glock. B250 for Corn. The 2 Tech 9s are arguably the most dangerous part of this buy if used correctly. They can drive by a corner, upgrade to a rifle. It can really open up the round for Davenport, but it's not a round you can really expect them to win. There's a little bit of utility. The nade stack's going to go onto the boost, and nobody's there. Freshie backs into it after it explodes, and is lucky to not have to take any of that damage. Spek goes through blind as a bat and also roasted to half his health, but nice with the wallbang spam. Gets 1 and 2. Spek jumps around. There's the Tech 9 doing what it does best, but only 1 kill. Corn speed 250 and a 1v4. Oh, we've been here before. It didn't end well. This one will follow suit. 7-5 for Kari. They've stabilized things. They've gotten to 7. Now it's can they get 8, 9, maybe 10.
Well, I mean, for Kari Esports, this is really important because when we talk about Overpass for them, they're also on that 3-game loss streak. We talked about that in the pre-show. I'm going to remind you guys and girls all about that because we just got to do that. But their CT side win percentage rate is 54.5. When you switch things over, it's 35%. So again, not the best. But now they're banking on getting as many rounds as they can. If they can get themselves 10, they will be sitting pretty going into that second half. But now we're going to see Davenport again forcing things up. Bringing it into another gun round with the Galils and AKs. No op again available here for CoJo. And they're just going to go blitzing for this B, but it's just going to be nice. Oh, it's just all fresh. And there it is. It's a full mop-up, losing all the Davenport players and even a Tech 9 insult to injury. Oh, yikes. It's CoJo on a 1-on-4. And they know where he is.
They know where he is, but he's gotten at least 1 kill. That was that was an idea from Davenport. That's going to give Kari 9. Unless CoJo's able to somehow swing this back. Does have a lot of time. And if he's somehow able to pick up Florence, get the op, there's a chance for CoJo. But there's a lot of variables involved in this calculation here. There's a lot of X's and Y's and other letters. Let's throw a delta in there for good measure. And unless everything lines up perfectly, it's round 8 and presumably round 9 for Kari Esports. And again, this is the pick of Davenport, which we did question because they have lost 10 of their 12 outings on this map. They have lost 5 in a row on this map, and their round differential is, what is it, -48? No, -42. But still, not much better. That's equivalent to, quick math here, like 2.5 games of Counter-Strike in the red. It's 2 games in 10 rounds.
Yeah. Well, not a feel-good moment, I'll tell you that. But, this is a weird round coming through. We're gonna work around the Galil, of all things, I guess. Something you don't say every day.
Yeah,
and go pick up the bomb. It's important. Oh, and actually some good aggression coming in from Kari, too. They actually do have Freshie pushing all the way down into Rock on long A. There you go. Even having Florence again, just kind of spotting things out. More of a passive-aggressive angle, but Davenport once more just going to hold Shift W and just kind of slowly creep their way into this, into mid-control.
Flash, it's got to be perfect. There's nobody overextending, though, from Kari. They're doing their due diligence to not give the pistols an advantage. Cryptic could get dropped, though. If he goes 1 for 1, it's not going to be good enough, and that's an AK upgrade. That's 2 rifles now. There's armor behind this. Corn can charge forward. There's 2 players out long, though. Do Davenport expect this? Do they expect the double stack long? The op is on the angle. It's going to be a pistol swing from Pugg, and he will run right into the Gunganir. SwicheR's going to burn a little bit as well. The bomb's going to tick away. The 2 rifles of Corn and CoJo are going to have to do it all. The Deagle has to run distraction. Molotov's going in, a smoke onto the bomb. SwicheR 1 for 1. That's more than you could ask from him. Corn going to get backstabbed, though. And nice will finish off CoJo. The defuse will come through. And Kari will grab 9. Davenport, not a must-win round per se, but a round that would make their next half a lot easier if they're able to win it.
So it really is a must-win round, is what we're trying to say.
It's a comfort round.
It's a comfort one.
You win it to make your life easier. Do you want to make your life hard? Then lose the round. You want to make your life easier? You win the round.
Very true indeed, but last round of the first half, like Boggs has mentioned, and it's all on the line here. CoJo with the op, I believe, for the second time only in this first half, and now he's going to try to see if he can go on that duel against Florence. But instead, he will not find that op close by yet. Actually having that washroom control being obtained here for Kari Esports. Getting things out. We'll get mullied out, has to reposition once more. This is something good that we've seen from Davenport, though, right? I mean, they get this control back. It's a little costly in terms of the utility, but at least they can get that map presence as much as they can. They got 2 CTs just on the other side of this. I don't know if you can see him, but he's still gonna win that fight. Look at the double!
And the bomb.
Oh my word, and that's the bomb dropped right there. Oh no. And there it is. Florence able to find that off shot, wins the duel. In Davenport University, they've just dropped like flies.
They are going down 1 by 1, running into both Freshie and Florence. And it's kind of been how things have gone for Davenport, realistically speaking. Just kind of dry peeking into angles and losing out on the fights. Corn takes a ding to the wall, does finish off Freshie, but in comes Cryptic to save the day. Florence does not over-aggress. Wise decision against spek, who tries to use an AK as a fake flash. Florence doesn't buy it. Backs away instead. Eats an HG as... Never mind. It goes around and behind a bit of an alley-oop that does not connect. Now Florence will wait for Classy as support. 10-5 as we go into half number 2. See you in 3.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
It was a back and forth brawl for the first bit, but then Kari Esports ran away with it at the end of the half, getting it to double digits and a 10-5 lead. It's Boggs and Laz on the mic. So we get into half number 2 here, map number 1 between Davenport University and Kari Esports. Lots of B pressure here from the CT side, but Kari have gone the other direction, Laz. They're up in playground, and they're going to have a party pretty quickly. Actually, no, they're going to skip the party. They're just going to run up long instead, and the rotation's going to be here from Davenport, though. Will it be enough to stop the Glock train?
Yeah, we're already starting to see that Kari Esports are starting to look pretty hot with these guns. So now, CoJo realizing he might get a little bit of action coming through here. His teammates are close by, but the USBs are not able to connect. Pugg able to find that first opener. Looking for a bit more, but now it's just going to be Kari all over the board. Corn trying to make something happen. The bomb's still just going to get planted. Corn was trying to deny it. Nice little kill. They actually haven't found this kill against him yet. I don't know how he's alive.
I don't either. He's a ninja. He's 007. You're not the James Bond style, not the kill count style, but classy. It does put him down. Spek with the trade needs more. The bomb is planted for the Kari players, and it is a 2v2. Spek goes up on top of jump up and gets put into the dumpster, and it's Florence with the double on the P250 hat trick on the round, and the pistol goes the way of Kari Esports. And while they might have a 35% round win rate on T-side Overpass, they won the pistol. They need 5 more rounds. It's looking good for them on map number 1. Map number 2 is Mirage, so honestly, I expect Davenport to play better on Mirage than I do expect them to play on Overpass. And they're forcing in, so Davenport's putting a lot of emphasis, a lot of importance on this round. If they lose it, it's going to be a 13th for Kari, and a 13-5 is, well, we saw what happened to Complexity earlier. It's not easy to come back from.
Yeah, it really isn't. But a good opener coming in through from Pugg, but he's going to get traded immediately. A nice kill. But anyways, just kidding. But either way, the scouts are still...
You got to do it once with nice.
You got to do it once. You got to do it one time and one time only. So, either way, scout is retrievable. So that's a good note here for Davenport. Splitting the defense up to a 2-2. Now waiting things out, but actually Kari Esports, they're just going to probably potentially just go for this big hit together as a unit. Double stack towards Monster. This could be troublesome.
Prepare for trouble and make it double, as there's two on the other side of Monster. They gotta hit the shots. SwicheR's gotta line them up. Corn's gotta put them down. And they're gonna swing into Core. The Deagle comes through, and nothing comes through for Davenport. It's all going the way of Kari as they scale forward onto the site, get the bomb down here, and spek will do what he can with a Deagle, a Molotov, and a smoke with a vest as well. Might spot Florence over the top of the box, but no. Corn's, or rather spek's just going to sit on the bridge angle, wait for a peek, which will not come his way. And maybe just save this, which wouldn't actually be a bad idea. I think it would probably be the best idea.
Yeah, there's way too much money right now. I mean, you got Armored Deagle, Molly, and a smoke. Way too expensive to lose that right now, especially with this game going to a 12-5. I mean, I expect we got to see a timeout being called here from Coach Koi. I mean, this is starting to get a little out of hand here for the university's team.
A little?
A lot?
Yeah,
oh,
I think a
that
lot's
tire
a
just
better one.
flew. That's pretty cool.
Hey, man. Tire's got places to be.
Yeah, apparently.
Gotta catch the train.
They're on a rail, though, Bugs.
It probably shouldn't be on the rails. On the tracks. Could cause problems.
Could have a bad time.
Yeah.
Could have a very, very bad time.
Or the people on the train would have a really bad time. That was dark.
Yeah, that was dark. I mean, talking about bad times, I mean, it's Davenport University that are looking on the bad times. But they are going to go for the 4-1 stack. They're just going to leave spek by himself on the outskirts of Long A. Going to just see what he can find. And oh my, a nade lands right in front of CoJo. He's down to 21. He hasn't seen anybody yet. And now, Kari Esports, they're actually going to go for this fight. So spek, he's by himself. He doesn't have a trade opportunity at all.
And he might even be caught looking the wrong way, too. He does swing out into it. He does hit one, actually, on a classy. That's a nice shot, but that's just a very faint silver lining as the rest of the rain clouds are rolling on into A. Davenport have one more rotation up. It's Pugg this time to chuck some utility the other direction. Takes a peek, gets the info. No more rotations coming as Davenport are sitting everybody out on B. And no, he's not gonna save, right? He goes back up and dive bombs back down. None of the B players have rotated. Every other player is still down on B. And now that the bomb goes down, they will start ambulating towards the site. But at this point, you might as well just try and not give him the kill reward.
Yeah, no kill rewards. I mean, this is now turning into something of a bit of a horror film here for Davenport, but it's looking like a great story here for Kari Esports. And CoJo trying to find a gun. Oh, wait, whoa, all right. Those are some good pickups. I mean, it's not going to win them around, but okay, 3 kills. Make it 4, and there it is. Thought his teammates will fall to the bomb explosion, so not going to be retrieving anything at all. But some consolation prizes, I guess.
Yeah, it's a consolation goal.
We'll take those.
Well, we're here in stoppage time, Laz, and there's a long way to go. It's a 13-5. 8 rounds required to tie this up. Florence has the op. Utility's good for Kari. Davenport, they do have the op for CoJo. Their utility a little. Wait, they don't have a diffuse kit. Spek could have got one if he didn't buy a helmet. SwicheR has 450 and did not buy a kit.
Oh no, they've angered him. They've angered Boggs. I'm not sure why. I don't know why they didn't go for it, but I guess they're thinking, well, these rounds haven't been that close, I guess. I mean, that last round, it was, again, just them getting some random kills, but I don't know. There must have been something in the thought process. Nice little boost here. Molly gonna isolate the connector. So now mid's gonna be obtained here from Kari. CoJo peeking wide, looking to find this first duel. He'll win it. Takes down Florence. So now he's back to a 1-1 in terms of that op duel.
That's a good
nice pickup here to conform, yeah.
Nice little gets the dry peek from Clasia, sprays him down. Solid work here on the individuals from Davenport. And if they can keep this clean, they give themselves a foundation to build a half out of. It's still going to be a very difficult one. It's still going to be a very long road, a very hard slog, but they got to do it if they want a chance to take this map and not have to rely on Mirage and Dust 2 to carry him forward. Again, though, Kari have a chance at a playoff spot still. A win here would keep their destiny in their own hands. Spek swings out wide, looks the wrong direction. Falls to Cryptic's hand. CoJo will reveal his position, but Pugg has eliminated nice. 2v4 now for Kari, just trying to get the bomb down at this point. No, they're going to double swing it to CoJo. He's got one in, he's got the second. 3 on the round, but 2 from up close at bank. Money shots from CoJo. Davenport University give themselves a little bit of room to breathe. They give themselves an opportunity now, and because of the damage dealt the round prior, it's not going to be a full buy from Kari. This is a prime opportunity. No, they're going to force up, and I would say it's a prime opportunity to build up some economy for Davenport, but the pistols can be very potent, especially the Tech Nons at a fast play. If Davenport aren't careful and play isolated from each other, this can get very expensive for the CT side.
Oh, that's a fake too, so that smoke comes through. That nade's going to do some wonders, and look at this. Kari Esports, they're just losing their players in terms of damage. Now Pugg and SwicheR able to just find that 1-2. There it is, and that's a quick cleanup. Picking themselves up another round. 7-13, and the pistols don't do anything, so they're going to have to go for another save once more here from Kari, but that was a unique little thing, like a little gimmick, right? I mean, they were trying to act like they were in middle, but then they just full rushed the B side, but unfortunately they ran into a bit of a stack. Boggs?
You know, there's something we haven't mentioned, Les.
What did we not mention today?
Clasia is replacing the former IGL of Kari Esports.
Oh yeah, right you are. How did we miss that? We're just silly. I guess we were just so excited to see Classy on the team.
Yeah, I think it's more like a holy crap, they got Classy. That's a really good pickup. Spek with a couple really good pickups, make it 3, gets sandwiched there at the end, and I mean, they can't have 3 flawlesses in a row, so I guess you do have to get 1 killer at some point or another if you're Kari. They do manage 1, and that is it, but now the deficit is only 5, but here's where the fun and games end for Davenport. The guns are back in hand for Kari. They do not have the op, which... Okay, never mind. They do get the op. It's a bit of a gun shuffle between Cryptic and Florence. Cryptic will not have any utility at all. Florence relegated to only a solitary smoke. Davenport have to win this round now. They do have some bank built up, but in terms of overall map score, you can't afford to lose this until you probably at least get within 3-4 rounds.
Well, they're starting to get a good momentum, though, and I definitely agree with you. Florence actually getting eaten alive, down to 13 already, trying to get that op to do something. Holding a nice angle. SwicheR looks like he might try to overpeak this a little bit, but... Oh, he gets gifted it! He still gets that kill. SwicheR was just jiggling. And the patience is definitely a virtue now. It pays off, and Kari put themselves in an advantage.
Get the opening pick, and they might get another as Davenport seem content to try and push up short. Florence is just waiting for this, sitting there looking for a free pick, which, if you're Florence, why wouldn't you just try it again? You're going to assume Davenport are going to get antsy. Oh, what a trace from Spek. That's disgusting. And now Pugg up on short will knock down 2. Freshie and Classy in a 2v4, and a dink comes through from Spek, who's rotated around. Corn comes in, and it's all down to Classy now. Spek with the frag. Despite the opening pick from Florence, it all goes wanting from Kari. The CT side of Davenport is putting up the rounds. And his pistols again for Kari Esports. An issue here, a timeout probably should be called going to that next gun round, Laz, because there are some serious problems right now. They have let Davenport back into this game.
Well, we're starting to see that spek, you know, again, we talked about it in the pre-show, but he's one of those players from Davenport that he's that player that puts up multi-kill rounds, so seeing him being able to do that now, that's really turned things around here. But spek, speak of the devil, he's just getting a little bit bombarded now by some players, but he's able to reposition, able to get 1, 2, 3, looking for a bit more. The bomb's going to be dropped, looking to see if he can make this to a 4th. CoJo will be able to find that one, but no. Be classy to deny that quad little round for him.
Classy's got an AK and armor. This is winnable.
There is a chance.
I am telling you there is a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
It's gotta get the bomb though. That's step 1. Recover bomb. Step 2. Get kills. Step 3. Plant bomb. Step 4. Get more kills. Step 5. Win. It's your 5-step plan to victory here, Classia. Very simple.
Pretty simple. Not too complicated.
No, I mean,
Still got...
hey, all he's got to do
seconds.
is shoot 4 people in the head once.
Shouldn't be hard.
No, I mean, all he's got to do is shoot 4 bullets. It's very easy, right? Just click head.
He's got 19 in the chamber right now, so he should be okay.
Yeah, he's got just under 4 bullets per player. Or 5 bullets per player, I should say.
Oh, and he's made this so hard for himself. There's only 20 seconds left, and... oh, he's in a bit of a funnel now.
Does he die to the op, or does he die to the rifle?
Oh, unless Pugg just sleeps at the wheel, he will not. Now, Davenport University put themselves on 10 rounds, only 3 rounds away from tying things back up, and we are now starting to see this T side that we mentioned a lot about being the low win percentage for Kari Esports is starting to show its colors again, unfortunately. But that strong CT side here from the university team is also showing its strong colors.
Yeah, their CT side is looking like a very staunch defense, almost like a shield wall. They really minimize their casualties. I don't think they've had a CT round, barring the pistol and the following, where they have lost more than 2 players. So they've been very clean with their round victories. Classia trying to go through the Molotov. Waits it out instead, corn around the monster pillar, watches utility rain on through, but Classia gets the entry, goes before any flashbangs, and utility can come through from Davenport to counter. And there's a sewers flank. This is a great opportunity, but Pugg and spek have finished off 2. In comes Nice. He's able to get 1. Can he get the second, though, onto spek, who's sitting behind the sandbags? Keeping an eye on it. Yes, he can! Great headshot from Nice. SwicheR's trying to finish off the low HP Classia, but now things are going bad for Davenport, although SwicheR switches it back a little bit more. The bomb plant coming through, utility going in, another flashbang raining over, but it's 1 short, 1 sight, and CoJo with a USP out. That's huge from SwicheR, and even better to finish it off. Davenport University down by 2 as they pull this one back, the 3K from SwicheR, but it's spek and Pugg to get those first 2 to bring it even to a winnable situation for Davenport. That gives them a chance there. SwicheR just comes in and sweeps it all up.
Well, there you have it. We're getting closer and closer to that tie game we talked a lot about, but these post spawns have been kind of the failing point here for Kari Esports, and we just saw it there. They get themselves in the site, they can get the bomb down, but it's a matter of holding it, locking it as much as they can, but they won't be able to. 5 AKs now going to be for Kari Esports. And the op still available here for CoJo. CoJo playing aggressive and towards party. Not able to find anything. I don't even know if he was able to get any info at all, so he has to pull on back. Now, mid-control once more gained here for Kari Esports. What do we see a little bit differently?
Spek with the smoke spam gets the opener, and that's always a nice free pick on the CT side. Nade comes in, does a little bit of chip to Classia. Spek on the other end will retreat towards the site. CoJo keeping an eye on things with the big green gun. And Classic could be Spek's next victim. He sprays away and Spek will keep CoJo alive, who now takes a very advanced position, but Spek goes down and CoJo's a one-shot. He's going to try and flash his way out. No, Pugg is going to come into support. CoJo's just tossing utility and Cryptic decides to just spam the smoke. He gets the headshot on him. Now it's a 3v2, a winnable situation here for Davenport. But Kari are not out of this one yet. They have a molly, a smoke, and a flash. Nobody to really stop the bomb plant if they do want to crowd to the site. That Molotov goes a little shallow. That gives an option for Pugg to peek behind it. The second one will go land on jump upstairs. That'll keep SwicheR at bay. Corn's still keeping an eye on the B side of things, but the bomb's going to go down on A with about 18 to go. They actually fake the plant, try and bait out the pushes, but they go with the bomb first! It goes down, and now it's a 1v3 for Cryptic. He'll need to be a Cryptid to get out of this situation, because what is he going to do in a 1v3 with no time on the clock? Try and stick it. Gets taken down. Davenport 1 round shy of tying this one up. They've almost brought it back. They can't get lax now. 4 away from taking their pick and map number 1.
Yeah, and this is where both these teams are on losing streaks for this map too. And I mean, we saw that Kari Esports were in a huge lead at one point, and now it's just been a big climb back. 1 round away from a tie game from Davenport University. Trying to redeem themselves, showing why they want this map picked for them, and showing why they keep persisting to go for it. But it ain't over yet, but Kari does have themselves in a bit of a bind. I mean, they don't have too much money in the bank. Tech 9's available. Deagle's a little bit of utility, so they're just going to go for the old B pop. Hopes and dreams, miracles, I don't know. They're going to pull everything. Crossing their toes, fingers, seeing what they can find. SwicheR playing up close on this angle with Corn. So Corn's going to be that first point of contact, and the flash comes in. He's going to be half blind. Oh, it's messy. Oh,
Yikes.
It's so messy.
That's ugly.
But it's going to be Davenport. There we go.
That's blobfish ugly. And Davenport come out on top. The Panthers with a big win. But jeez, that's one to forget. That's just, that's the definition of spray and pray right there.
Yeah. You talked about DMG. That kind of looked like a DMG round maybe there. You know, I don't know. Everybody was blind. Everyone's just shooting. Everyone's open, but I'm just kidding. But either way.
I don't know. Let's drop that down to MG2.
But a good reaction. I mean, all things considered, Davenport to put themselves back at a 13-13 now. Their esports are starting to feel that pressure a little bit. Thank you, Jacob. Pugg is having a fantastic game with 27 kills. Oh my, but alright, well, it's actually not as worse as I thought it'd be. I thought that that sounded way worse than it should have been. And look at that spek. He just pushes all the way in the sandbox in the playground. He's able to get that first opener. And now they have so much information too.
Gonna try and go into the B side of things, but there's 3 players here. SwicheR's already domed 1 and sprays on a second. Pugg will get his 27th or 28th and 29th of the game. Looking for the 30, bombing a 2.0 KD. The IHL of Davenport putting in some work right now on the CT side and bringing his team up to a lead now. Remember when this was 10-5 and 13-5, Laz?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yep.
Davenport kind of had a, we think we are good, we win this now, 13-5 moment. It's almost there, and I might have just cast or cursed him. We'll see.
Yeah, he might have. I don't know. Or maybe a blessing, too. I guess we'll find out. A little bit of change in pace, though. Look at how fast that Freshie's getting up close in this. CoJo actually does get that first shot. Not able to get the second, though. It was close. Spek now trying to get aggressive again down this long A with his teammate. So now they've given up the position that 2 of the CTs are here, but they're going to get ambushed, and it's going to be Cryptic. He's able to find the double. So now they've been able to get themselves in this site.
2v4 now, SwicheR and Corn to try and pull this one back, and it does look like I just gave Davenport the good old, he's about to get a shutout curse. Oh, I feel terrible. I should know better.
Oh, you should know better. We've done this for a long time.
Done this for a long time. I've been in the goalie position too. I should know this.
You should know these things, but that's okay.
It's not okay. SwicheR's gone down. It's all up to Corn in a 1v4. Now if Corn pulls this off, I'll be vindicated. Corn, my whole night's resting on your shoulders right here, right now. No pressure.
Bomb has been planted.
He's got a kit and the utility here. And a free opening pick if he swings out right. Freshie spotted the gun barrel, though. That's the round.
Yeah, I think he did.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. There it is. Back to a tie game again. But man, that round was crazy. I mean, the fact that Cryptic was able to get himself into restroom, he's able to go for the massive flank and get that double. That was huge. That changed everything. That was kind of like the turning point, if you want to call it that. I mean, that was important. And Cryptic's one of those players we talk about from Kari Esports. That's a heavy hitter that, you know, statistically does well. But there we go. We got that glimpse of it.
Yep. You want Cryptic to go Sasquatch mode on you, or on the other team, I should say. For you would be the better way to say it. The nade's gonna go in. It does absolutely no damage. Kari are gonna scale forward up towards lane. But there's a spray from spek 2 through the smoke, and spek's looking for map point here first. Nice is gonna go in. The flash is good, and spek now just a blip on the radar that has blipped out. CoJo backs up to Optimus, but can he be the prime place to hold it? We'll find out. Got Pugg there as well, who still does not have 30 bomb yet. He's gonna need one more. He's got 2 rounds to do it in regulation. Molly out long. Smoke towards top stairs. Time to rotate B from Kari, but they do not want to. They're gonna push towards A. And they've spent almost all their utility. A Molly, a smoke, a flash, and an HE left. And a Pugg behind Icebox. Keeping an eye on the long push. This is the right angle for Pugg. The shadow will show first. The one flashes out long, and the bomb goes down. So does Classy. A 30 bomb for Pugg, and make it 31 as he helps out spek onto nice map point for Davenport University. But Kari Esports have a bind. Now, have Kari called a timeout at all?
No, I don't think so. I think it's only been Davenport that we've seen. Jacob?
He
You whisper
confirmed.
those things in
Yeah.
my ear? Okay. I can't hear Jacob. Apparently I'm deaf. But anyways, thank you, Jacob.
Jeez.
But again, like you said, that's kind of surprising too. I'm a little bit baffled they haven't. But at least now it's a moment to see if they can push overtime or if Davenport University will take their map pick. And again, the aggression coming in from CoJo, trying to find that first opening, but it won't matter because they're all going to the other site.
SwicheR tries to take the fight against Florence, but the op shot will win. That takes a dink in the end, though, and that does make the op a little bit less prone to an overextension. Florence will look for a secondary peek, though, going up. Flashbang will bait out a shot, so that still keeps the information that the op is there. The forefront of the Davenport mines. Panthers need to pounce here, though. They can't let it go to overtime at this point. They've done enough to win in regulation. They've lost this map in overtime a couple of times as of late last, so really going to try and finish this one off here and now. They have to be careful not to give Kari any free fights. They've already given up that first pick.
Yeah, they've already lost. I mean, we've already seen SwicheR get lost here, and Lawrence down to 13. Waiting things out. Spek actually goes for that big kill, and that's going to be the bomb drop too, so I think he's been able to spot that too. Bit of a miss smoke though, and actually the gap is going to be there. In favor, I would actually say, for Davenport. Corn able to find a nice kill. Looking for another, and Freshie somehow alive.
Somehow alive. Both Freshie and Florence, 13 HP on each, 26 combined. The op needs to find a marker. Does get a tag onto Pugg, but not the frag. Corn,
What?
team kill onto Cryptic. It's all down to Freshie now as the kill feed just gets filled up instantly. And CoJo's got the angle. CoJo's got the shot. And Davenport have snapped a 5-game losing streak on Overpass. They claim victory here on map number 1. And man alive, Laz, that was insane.
Yeah, it definitely was, but we're going to take a short break as we get ready for map number 2. We'll see you in a few.